Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 3 Ds that you need to run a profitable training business. And before we get rolling today, I'm always going to be asking for feedback, for reviews here. So whenever you have a second, leave me a 5-star review or any sort of comment on iTunes. This way we can get today's episode in front of more coaches. And if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to send this episode to a friend, to another coach, post it to social media, do whatever you got to do to help us out here. All right, so in today's episode, I'm going to be breaking this down into 3 Ds, so 3 words that start with D, that you need to run a profitable training business. And the first one is decide. All right, I'm going to repeat that. The first word is decide. So you have to make a decision. And at some point, every coach out there is going to be at a crossroads. They're going to be at their current job thinking to themselves, man, I should just try to start this thing. I need to try to get started. But typically what happens when coaches get to this crossroad is they hesitate. They ask people their opinions of what they should do, and they don't make a decision. And instead of making a decision, they just wait, and then they keep thinking about it. But those who have profitable training businesses always had to make a decision at the beginning and say, you know what, I'm going to start this no matter what. And my gut is telling me this is a good decision. I need to move into this, and I need to get started. And this is something I tell coaches over the phone when they go through our Startup Sports Academy book and video series. I tell them all the same thing. I can help you get from B to Z, but you have to go from A to B. And A to B is starting. And when you start your business, you just have to make the decision and say, you know what? I'm going to do this. And I'm going to block out any distractions, anything that's in my way, and I'm going to get started. That to me is so important. And I think that's the hardest part for most coaches is getting started, not getting clients. Getting started, I feel like, is harder than getting clients. Okay. That's the first one. The second one is you need to have discipline. And I talk about this all the time on this podcast. And I feel like the majority of the episodes that I have on here all center around discipline, about, waking up early, sacrificing certain things, getting rid of distractions, being the guy in your town who's the most disciplined coach. And not only that, but you teach kids discipline and you show them, the proper way to get better at whatever sport you coach. And I could ramble on and on and on about discipline, but to me, that's going to be after you make the decision to start. Discipline is an area that you have to either learn or you have to constantly be improving at day after day. And I know for me personally, that was something I was really bad at. I mean, growing up, the only thing I had discipline with was like training on my own, getting better, doing extra sessions by myself. Like that's where I excelled at. I always knew in my head I worked harder than other kids. So that's why I got better. But there was a bunch of other areas in my life where I was not disciplined. I was not disciplined in school. I procrastinated a lot. And I know at the beginning of my business that really hurt me because I carried some of those bad habits over into my business. And I had to learn how to be more disciplined. And not only that, but hang out with people who are disciplined, people who I want to be like, right? So that to me is very, very key. You have to be very disciplined. And that's not something I can teach you how to do. That's something you have to do within yourself, all right? Lastly here is you need to dominate. If you want to have a profitable training business, and I'm not just talking about like you have a mediocre business and you're an average coach, you have an average training program. I'm talking about if you want to dominate and have the best program, the premier program in your area, you have to dominate and you have to wake up every day knowing, all right, What can I do today to make my program a little bit better? What can I do today to serve my clients better so they have a better experience? What can I do today? What sort of email can I write to all of the clients so they can share it with other parents who are not part of our program yet? What can I do today to market myself so I can help more kids? And when you have that mindset and you're in domination mode, then there's never going to be a shortage of clients. And that's the way I look at it. It doesn't matter if you live in a huge city or in a small town. It does not matter to me. You can dominate in whatever size of city that you're in, but you have to have that mindset. And for me personally, I had that mindset starting off. I wanted to create the best experience for kids. I wanted to have the best results for the kids that we train. And that just comes down to purely wanting to serve others. And when you're in domination mode, everything will be clicking for you. Like, you're going to be getting clients. You're going to be able to streamline your business. You're always going to have a constant marketing message based around, your program and how you can help. These are things that will happen on autopilot. But first, you need to make the decision. Then you need to have the discipline. Then from there, you can dominate. That's it for today's episode. Like I said, if you enjoyed today's episode, share this with another coach. Let's get this out there to more coaches. That's my mission this year. I want this podcast to reach thousands of more and new coaches that haven't listened to this before. So please do me a favor, leave me some reviews here on iTunes. I'm going to be giving away $10,000 worth of business resources once we hit 100 reviews. So the faster we get there, the faster I can give away those prizes. And if you want to take the next steps, if you're a serious coach, if you want to learn how you can get your business to the six-figure level or beyond, go ahead and check out our website. Go to buildmysportsbiz.com and click on the mastermind button at the very top of the page. That will take you to a page where you can learn all about our mastermind program. That is a group consulting program. I've been basically helping coaches for the last 4 years, but this is our premier program for serious coaches that want to get to the next level. So go ahead, like I said, check that out on our website. It's www.buildmysportsbiz.com. All right, I'll see you later.